Okay, gasket making. Here we go. You got a gasket, it's got missing pieces, broken parts. Okay, you want to try to keep it in as good a shape as you can. You want to lay it down, use a super fine pencil, like a pentel kind of thing, and mark all the holes, hold it in place really good. Anywhere where there's material missing, you're going to have to guesstimate. It doesn't matter if it sticks out usually. In most cases, it just doesn't matter. Okay, but you want to mark it in every hole. See, here's a whole section missing here. So I got to make it like that. So every little lump and bump, you got to make sure you get correct. So hold it in place and trace around it. Gonna need an X-Acto knife, nice small scissors of some sort, larger scissors. Okay, hopefully you can see that, those markings, pencil markings, and that's how you do it. Now cut it all out. If you have hole punches, you're going to want to have the correct size hole punches, and make sure you got a sharp set to work with. If you don't have them, you're going to have to cut them out with an X-Acto knife. Takes a little practice, takes a sharp cut, and poke, poke, poke. You can get it. It can be done. Good luck. First part, rough it in outside of your marks. I'm using a preferred gasket material that you can find on any number of quality sites on the internet, but you want to match up thickness and type as much as you can. This one's for a carburetor, and this material should work just fine for it. In some instances you can use cardboard boxes depending on what you're doing. You want to use the right stuff for gasoline though, so you don't have any gasoline leaks. So make sure you get the right gasket material for gasoline, and there you go. Okay, if you don't have a gasket to go by like this one, you're gonna have to make one. So make yourself a piece bigger than what you need, and since it's that far away, it's going to be hard to trace anything. So what you want to do is make a hole right in the middle, in this instance that size, and then slide that down over, and then you can pencil mark and start trimming down. And the easy way to do it is to trim a little, check it, trim a little, check it. It takes a while to make your own gasket, but sometimes you don't have a choice. Can't find them, can't buy them, can't get to a store, whatever. You know, you got to make your own. Good pair of scissors. You can walk right around an object like this. Take your time. Little small cuts. If it's done right, should be able to get it on there without too much trouble. And there you go. You can trim it out if it's a little tight, depending on what you're doing and what it has to be. A little loose is sometimes good, sometimes it's not. If you want to, for accuracy, get a piece of sandpaper, clean it up just by sanding a little bit, make a really nice round hole with no scraps left. See? Works pretty good. Coming along. We'll see. I'll punch these holes in. You can always make these out of some pipe. Okay, it could be brass pipe, stainless steel pipe, could be anything, and you grind it down from the outside so that the inside's straight. Okay, and just put a nice sharp edge on them, put them on there where it belongs, and bang. That's what I'm going to do next, cut these holes out. If you're lucky, you'll have yourself a hole punch. So you can pick different sizes that you need and find the appropriate punch. You find these pretty cheap on the internet. These will cut sheet metal. They'll also cut cardboard. So I find the right one and poke me some holes in there. Okay, let's try it. There we go. Not bad. You don't hit too hard. There we go. Starting to look like it. Starting. Need to do a little cleaning there. Got some burrs on it. Not a big deal, but it might hold it up off the seal if it's folded over. I'll clean that. Okay, I'll get these other ones. 5 more holes to go. Okay, pretty easy to do the punch thing. Take your time, center it good on your marks. There you go. So nice, huh? Look at that hole. Perfect. Now you got a professionally made, homemade gasket. Well, it looked like it was made for it, huh? Cool. Yep, fits alright. Trim a little bit there just to make sure my float doesn't get stuck on it. Should be far away though, far enough away. Now we got brand new gasket. Cool. That's how it's done. I think a lot of failures when you make your own gaskets aren't necessarily due to what you did there, but it's the equipment. All this stuff is pretty old. If you get a nice flat file, even if you just go around the 4 corners just a little bit to see what's going on, maybe you could tell there's real shiny, and nothing. That means these ends have been pushed over time and are now bent from collapsing, pressing down real hard on your screws to try to get it to seal or whatever. Don't forget this thing's from 1961. Okay. And yeah, a lot of people have been tightening down on those screws. So if you could take some of this off, even if you don't take it all, take it down some so that your gasket fits, you know, nice and neat on here, and meets up with this other surface. This one's a little thicker casted. It's probably not bent. Okay, I'll check it though, of course. But when you put this on there, you can almost see this one. These two corners are really, really high. So I'm going to go ahead and file them down a little bit and go all the way around if I can. This case I can only get here, here, and here because this has nubs. So I'm going to clean it up, get it flatter at least, so that my gasket has half a chance of working. Don't forget that. One more trick. Before I put this back on, I like to wet it. You can use whatever you want to. I like silicone grease, and soak it into the cardboard for a while before you put it on there. That sort of softens it up and allows it to seal better, in my opinion. I've been doing it for a long time. A lot of people use grease. Whatever you want. I like silicone. That's what I'm doing. Okay, let's start it up. See what happens. How's that? There's the new gasket. It works.